Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Go ahead, do like that prompter asks you to do and hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Make sure you don't fall for spam in the comment section. Never send money or crypto anywhere. I don't have a WhatsApp. Don't talk about a broker. Anything that I, myself, and Stocks with Josh say today is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. Today is Technical Tuesdays. It's actually Tip Ranks Technical Tuesdays with Josh. Say hello to the people.
Hey fam, I'm glad to be with you guys and here at the Stock Up family.
That's it? That's all you got to say? That's all you got to say?
Hey man, we got some good stuff. I'm like zoned in on the charts right now. I'm like eager to share that.
All right. So hey, let's get right into it. I'm just going to give you guys a brief update on some things. 30-year fixed mortgages right now, as of today. Remember, you could get it, just 14 months ago at 2.5 to 2.7. Today it is 5.64.
Ouch.
Because of the interest rate hikes. I'm going to try to do a whole mortgage outlook with Stock Curry. We're going to attempt to do it tomorrow. So don't nail it down yet. We're going to attempt. I'm going to see how things are going with him. So what happens with the Chinese stock? Chinese stock rebound today because it looks like they may be winning the battle, the COVID battle, so they can reopen things and start shipments so we can get all of the goods and services that we get from them, including these iPhones and Apple anything. This is a world economy, good people. And we cannot make it without all of our partners worldwide. So it is what it is, all right? So on yesterday, though, China showed that they were actually closer to a recession than we are. That's why they were tanking yesterday. So you got this reversal going on right now, right? So I'm going to keep it rolling really quick because I want to get into some stuff. Twitter is falling. Remember when we talked about the whole Twitter deal with, I always say there's the two craziest tweeters in the world is a former president and Elon Musk.
Yep.
So these guys are the tweet kings, and unfortunately with Elon he's a brilliant man. He is brilliant. You can't take that away from him. But those podcasts and those 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning tweets cause markets to change. So you know what's going on with Twitter now. He's saying, hey, there's a percentage of these bots that are fake. And so we know why he's doing. He's trying to lower the purchase price so he'll pay less money for Twitter. Now, I warned you guys, if Elon is involved in it, just like Dogecoin, there's going to be volatility. I don't want anything to do with that ride. So what a lot of smart people was doing was they were shorting Twitter, expecting something like this to happen. And it happened, right? But now people are reversing it. They're doing call options, right? Because they think that eventually, and I do too, they're going to come to an agreement. It's going to be a done deal. And now it's going to run back up. So it has come down. It's tanked because of Mr. Wonderful. And so now you want to bet against, it's just tricky, good people. If you're new, you don't want a part of this. You really
Very
don't.
volatile.
It's very volatile, and there's better places to put your money.
And I'm a little uncertain even about some of his motives. I believe that it's largely sincere, but he had to have had this strategy going into this.
And you don't conduct business over a podcast like this.
Yeah.
There's ways to take care of business like this. But remember, good people, there's a thin line between brilliance and cray-cray.
And I've always said that, I want to give Elon his props, but he's got some smart guys behind him that are helping him plan out these plays.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get into it. I want to talk about AMD. Josh is going to do some charting on AMD, and we're also going to talk about Verb, which is something that Josh is working on, and I want you guys to participate in, all right? So let's deal with AMD first, and then we'll get to Verb, right? So let's look at AMD. Now, the reason why this is Tip Ranks Tuesday, I will have, it'll be my third link. I want you guys to check out all of my links at the end of this video. But the third link will be TipRanks. They have a free service, but they also have a paid service. So these Wall Street analysts, professional Wall Street analysts, give you a 12-month projection on where stock could be, right? So let's take a look. Right now, as you can see, AMD, which the metaverse will not exist without companies like AMD and NVIDIA, because they make the 3D processors, the chips for that. This gentleman right here just did an upgrade. He has a good success rate, as you can see, 67%. So he's upgraded, you see here, upgrade. He upgraded it to 140, right? So right now it's 102.6. It sounds like a radio station, $102.64. But as you can see here, that represents an average. They're saying you got 23 ratings of buy, right? 9 holds and 0 sales. So the average that these, let's see, the top Wall Street analysts say it's getting in the next 12 months, within the next 12 months, is $133. That represents a $30.5% change. You see the upside. Okay, the highest target is $200 a share, and the lowest is 100. So the average, though, out of the 22 ratings is 133, right? So now we're going to talk about AMD. What you got to say?
Well, you know, what I love right now about AMD is how absolutely clear the charts are. What you doing, Larry? Okay. So we get in the comment section a lot of funny comments. Like, you know, I'll tell you the top 2 funniest comments. One, they're like, Larry, don't interrupt Josh. Don't interrupt Josh. First of all, you got to remember, we have almost going on a 30-year friendship. And believe it or not, when we're sitting here, we are as subdued as we can be, because when we're at breakfast, it is way more dynamic. There's like, we were at a restaurant one time. He's like, Joshua, pump your brakes, man, pump your brakes. Like, we don't even show you that side of this. But and then on my show, I get the comment, Larry, why are you letting Josh sit in your chair? Get him out of your. He's going to take over, Josh. Larry, get him out of your chair. And I'm like, but we're on my page.
Right.
So we've been having fun with it.
Right. You know, and I get it. I do have I'm used to going to church. So if he's saying something, I'm like, right. But you guys are hearing all of the right, and I'm over talking to him. I get it, fam. I get it. So Josh, go ahead.
Well, okay. So, the charts. You totally threw me off, brother. But I love what we're seeing in AMD. I'm looking on TradingView. I'm looking on a weekly mode, which means that each candle represents a week. And it's a very clear picture. We have a very clear picture on this. So, Larry, can you throw me in those charts? Okay, I just want to point out that we have been fighting this area of resistance, okay? Every single time we've come up against it, it's failed. I mean, look at these wicks. We talk about the wicks. We've got selling pressure on the top of each and every one of these candles. So we cannot ignore that. When we come up here, if we come and hit this line of resistance and we get another wick, well, then that's going to give us another leg down. But on the bullish side of things, if we break this line of resistance and we go past it and we close above it and we come back and test it, then yes, the analyst rating of 130 to 140, in my view, from a technical perspective, is absolutely hittable. I think that would be a pretty obtainable target if we break above that. I want to go now beneath to the RSI. You can see that we rarely get this oversold. Every single time we've gotten oversold, even down below the 50% mark, it's bounced up, right? We came down below the 50 mark on the RSI, it bounced up. We're not even oversold on this stock right now, but we are crossing over our signal line, right? There has been more momentum to the selling pressure, but we have a crossover here. Now, I want to point this out. For a long time, this stock has been bullish. all the period of time that's traded above the 50% mark on the RSI, this is the first time that we've come below and we've been beneath it for a while, right? And we're having trouble breaking over. And remember, if it's below that mark, the bears have control. So we have to see this come above the 50% mark, come back and retest it and bounce. We have to see this go above this resistance line, come back and test it and bounce. Now let's take a look at the MACD. Again, this is on the weekly. We're having this beautiful setup because when the 9 EMA signal line crosses over the 1225 signal line, that typically indicates potential for a pretty strong move to the upside. We have a little bit of gap here that we have to fill, but what I love, Larry, just sort of wrapping it up, is that RSI, MACD, candles, support and resistance lines, they're all converging right now to tell a pretty clear story on this, on AMD.
And what is that story?
Well, I would say this. The story is this. If we break above, I'll give you guys a price because that's what everybody wants. We need to break above and close above the 109 area. Now that's really approximate, but we basically, if we break above and close above at 109 and get to 110, then we're going. I would say now, of course, I gotta draw back a little bit.
Right.
The likelihood that we're going to 130 is very high at that point. Again, on the RSI, if with that momentum of buyers comes back in, one last thing I want to point out to you guys here is this volume. This is exactly what we want to see in any chart, is this high volume. Every single time we've seen volume at this level, we've got a run up. We have volume here, we got a run up. This is the volume we want to see for a run up. So again, now let's talk about if this thing falls apart, if the market doesn't support a move to the upside, because we see it all the time, especially in tech and on the NASDAQ, that they're just getting hammered and beat. This could easily, if we fail at that 109 area and we come back, this can absolutely go down to $60. And I see support at around 80, and I see support at 60. If this fails to break that resistance line, I would be dollar cost averaging in between $80 and $60. I think that you're 100% right about the fundamentals of AMD being essential to the metaverse.
Yes.
So to me, this is a great company to have in a long-term portfolio.
Yes.
And the question is whether or not we're going to get that opportunity to load up between $80 and $60.
I agree. I am looking. The volume is everything. It's talking to me right now. The upgrade. Here we go.
Somebody's buying it, Larry.
Yes, someone's buying it, and it was, of course, when you have these upgrades like this, of course, you get the, the talking heads, the Fox Business and the CNBC and the Yahoo Finance, and so you're going to see a lot of actually institutional money. Let's watch that.
That's what we want to see.
That's what we want to see come in. Go ahead. I got a cough coming on.
Okay. Well, do you want me to introduce Verb?
Go ahead. Right into
I'm
Verb.
going to jump into Verb because we want to keep these videos concise for you guys. Over on Stocks with Josh, which is my page, and I film videos in Larry's chair on my page because he lets me. But over on Stocks with Josh, and I'm starting to film them on my own studio too, so it's coming together, folks. But on my page, we're doing a small account challenge using the stock Verb. It is a growth tech NASDAQ stock. It's a low cap, low float stock. They came out with earnings yesterday, and they missed on their earnings per share and their revenue. But there was a lot of bullish talk in the earnings report conversation, and the stock has been up today 25%. So I'll just tell new buyers if they want to get in on it. 32 is right now a support level, and if we break above 42, then we're going to go higher. So your key supports are going to be 32 cents and 22 cents. We dollar cost averaged in. Right now we're at about 0.46 to 0.30, a lot of the followers. And if you want to get on board with that, you can hit the link in the description of this video for Larry's Moomoo. You download that, you put $100 in, and right now is a pretty decent spot to buy.
Yes. So at the end of this video, first thing you want to do is check out the links below, download the Moo, and actually right now just put a couple $100 in.
Yeah, I would actually
you
say
could put
200 would be
200 is
ideal.
where you want to start. For those of you that's been following me, you guys know that we're just stacking up on Moo. So we're dollar cost averaging in the Moo, getting ready for the recession. But I would encourage you guys to do both. Just so right now, how much money has been dispersed?
We've only put in $200 on this challenge right
Okay,
now.
so but we're saving everything else. You can also participate in this. I sign off. I agree with this. I like the way that we're doing this. We're working together to not just give you stock, but actually train you guys on the stock market so you can be better traders.
Well, I'll add that neither Larry or I have a crystal ball. I don't love that analogy, but we don't see the future. If Larry and I knew that Verb was going to skyrocket tomorrow, we'd start getting the bags and putting them into the wheelbarrow and taking them over to
I'll sell the house.
the exchange. But you know what? The main purpose of this challenge is to teach you guys how to look at the fundamentals and look at the technicals and how I decided to get into Verb and how we dollar cost averaged in. It's a process, and we're doing it together.
Yes. So we're going to have something. How did I do, good people? Leave me a comment. I never interrupted him once.
Nope, not one time.
But so listen, we're going to have a lightning round. And in this lightning round, we're going to interrupt each other, right? So 2 minutes of lightning round, and I want to close by something very important. All right. So we're going to talk about, and I know I didn't tell you about this.
No, he's keeping me
But-
surprised this whole show.
But we're going to talk about Tesla.
Okay.
And the reason why we're going to talk about Tesla, good people, is I challenged him. He says Tesla. He charted Tesla a couple of months ago, and I says, Josh, Tesla's not coming down. He says Tesla's going to fall beneath, in a $500 range, right?
700 was the main
I-
goal,
it-
and
it's-
then 500
Yes.
potential.
Okay, so now he's going to change his story, good people. So my buddy Ron Lewis. He owes us both a steak
I took
breakfast.
him to breakfast. He
But
said this last
I didn't
time.
have steak, good people.
That was it. So I took him to breakfast, and
so-
he didn't order
so-
steak, and now I got to take him again.
Right.
What is
it's got to
this?
be steak breakfast. And so now, oddly enough, it has flipped, right? He's saying it's strong. I was like, Tesla's not a company you can short. But, and some of you may agree with me, now I'm saying, looking further down, if I had a crystal ball, I say, when the recession does hit, I believe, and I hate to say it, I have some Tesla too, good people, that you'll be able to buy some Tesla in the $500 range. I believe that you'll be able to pick up some Tesla at
It's
$550
funny
during the
because
recession.
I have become more bullish, and you have become more
exactly.
bearish on this.
But I'm only saying in the recession, though, so I believe Tesla has room to run the whole market right now before. So now, in 3 months, we could know emphatically if we're in a recession. A lot of us think that we're already in a recession. But when we have the gross domestic products numbers that come out, GDP come out in about 3 months, we will know for a fact if we're already in a recession, right? I believe you'll be able to get some Tesla at around the $550 mark, $500 mark.
I'm not sold on the fact that we're in the recession
You
yet.
have, no, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Hey, can you give me 2 seconds on the chart?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, well, I'm just going to tell you what I see. I want to just point out, obviously, Tesla's been on a long tear. It's been up on the above 50% mark on the RSI. We're below it right now. So we want to see it come up, and we want to see it come back and test. I want to point out on the MACD, we do not have this curve over, right? So right now, you could say that it's showing weakness. Tesla right now is showing some weakness. We would need to see some support come in to drive that signal line over the 1225, which we're not seeing right now. So I'm seeing a little bit of weakness, but I'm actually overall more bullish because I believe that I'm slightly more bullish, believing that this market's going to see turnaround end of June and July.
You guys already know. I've been saying it, and anything could change, but I've been saying it since the beginning of the year. I believe that fourth quarter will be our best quarter this year. I've been just steady there. Now, anything could happen. If we find out that we're already in a recession, then everything changes, okay? But that's what I've been seeing. I believe that inflation will start to peak, right? in the next, the Fed has already said the next 2 months, 50 basis points.
These basis points have been working. I mean, look what
Yeah.
it's doing in the housing. I think
Yes.
that's a very well-timed video.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. Anybody in real estate needs to tell their friends who are in real estate to check out this video that you're going to do on that.
I believe it's going to be very helpful. And you may say, yeah, but my neighbors still got this for their house. I can tell you right now, the real estate market will turn on a dime.
Yes.
If you wasn't in real estate or in the market from 2007 to 2009, I encourage you to go back and look at that. All right. Hey,
Everybody was in the real estate market in 2009. Every friend I know, them and their wife had gotten their real estate license.
Yes.
But then in 2011, nobody was, they're working down at the coffee shop, unfortunately.
Yep, exactly. And the market was what? Overinflated, just like it is now.
And we're probably not in that environment, but I think
Right.
that this video, I'm really interested in
Yeah.
it. I would tell if you're going to buy or sell a house or you have a real estate friend, this is probably one to watch.
Absolutely, absolutely. I had just purchased this house in 2007.
Okay.
And it was, so I can tell you, and I can tell you what happened with all my neighbors, my friends, everything. But anyway, we're going to try to put that together. So I just want to close by saying this. You see Josh and I, you could clearly see that we don't look like each other, right? So I know we had a little fun, but this is a very serious thing. I'm tired of thoughts and prayers going out to these senseless gun shootings. My heart goes out to New York and the massacre that took place, just race-based hatred. You know, if you're listening to me and you're part of this family and you think less of any other ethnicity, race, or if you think that another race, religion, sex, or anything is less than you, then I'm telling you, you're wrong. And if you saw this or heard negative things from your parents or your coworkers or whatever, and you agree with it, I'm telling you, you're wrong. If you don't stand up and say something, you're wrong. If you think that this is right, I want you to take your bigoted finger and hit the unsubscribe button. I would rather have a clean house than a full house. Because if everybody thought like some of these ignorant, racist fools, then Josh and I wouldn't be sitting here together doing what we do. Hatred is evil, period. And we need to pray and do something. I can't stand it anymore. Well, my hearts and thoughts go with you. It's just not enough anymore. We just need to stand up and just say it is wrong across the board. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, wrong is wrong. And now you have all of these wonderful people. These were beautiful people that are now gone, right? And so, hey, I know this is a financial page. I may get flagged for this. I didn't really say anything political, but I'm always going to be me, and I'm always going to speak my heart. So we can make money. We can have fun, not gun. We can have fun. We can make money, but we can also have respect and love for someone that does not look like us. This brother has been just as close to me as my biological brothers. And I got 6 brothers, okay? And I'm telling you right now, if you're listening to me, if you are looking at another race and you think that this entire race is wrong based on who they are or they don't look like you, I'm telling you, you need to go seek help right now because your mind is distorted. And if you believe in a creator, he is not pleased with you.
Well, I'll tell you this, God is love. And if you don't have love in your heart for your fellow man, then you may not have God in your heart. Now, I didn't expect to be this vulnerable and share, but Larry keeps it real.
Anything I say was me, and it was not Josh.
And I will just say that I sign off on it,
Okay.
100%. I appreciate it. And some of you need to go make a friend, right, that doesn't look like you, and get to know someone whose life, family was different than yours. Now, when I actually got to know Larry, we both came up in the Midwest. We both came from big families. We both came from minister parents. And so to me, his life is exactly like mine, except for we don't look alike.
Right.
But some of you need to stretch yourselves and go make a friend.
Please, please. And you know, someone said this, and I believe it, that this, you know, it has to die out. You know, it just has to die out. And I do blame a lot of the politicians and a lot of the hate that's just going on. The media, it doesn't matter on either side. Wrong is wrong. What about us people in the middle that just, we're not extreme right, we're not extreme left. We just love people. So, hey, I just want to say to the family, we love you. I know this is longer, but I just couldn't stay silent anymore, good people. I got to be me, all right? So, hey, remember to check out the links to participate on Verb. I'm going to leave a link right here, which is from his video yesterday. I implore everyone that is listening to me to go to his page, number one, subscribe, and just read the comments of how much he's helping people right now. And I believe he'll be a huge blessing to you guys. I'm gonna cut it off right there. I know this is long. Hey, good people, live, love, laugh, and learn.
Hey, man, thanks for letting us be part of your financial journey.
All right, God bless.